BSR MX5 Cup here at Summit Point. Apex Racing TV, Andrew Woodhouse, Chaz Draycott, Alex Simpson, ready for the start here. Steve Hefford on pole.
Could be a good few races tonight. We've got Summit Point in front of us in quite overcast conditions.
Green light is on. Decent start from Hefford. Everyone's just really even. Going into the first corner. Over 40 cars here. If they all make it through turn one. Hefford turns it in. Crash, I can hear one.
Sounds like an engine blowing up as well.
Yeah, as
somebody's in the gravel. Who it is? See them.
Paul Murray, I think it was, who popped the engine.
On the way down to the hairpin.
Oh, we've got a car up on the gravel there. One of the boosted cars, I think, got turned off. On the dark blue boosted car, it was. Yeah, it looks like it just changed down there, and it just went on him. To be fair, into turn one. Got Nick Harwood here.
Big mistake to make on the first lap.
Oh, indeed.
12 of them to come, and yeah. Won't be making any further participation in this one. Effort from McIntyre, then it's Ayres, then Van Gool, Cherney, Nabelziak, Davis, McNally, Harwood, Hedgecock, and Broughton Grant. Gore having a go on Hedgecock, he's got through.
Bit of a masterclass at the moment by the Momo boys, leading 1, 2, 3 and 4. I was going to just say about how it's all red cars at the front, and I realised they're all part of the same team, so they're going to be happy. They just want to avoid tripping over each other, especially to turn one here. We've got McIntyre, and is that Ayres having a fight with him as well?
Was, yeah.
Everyone.
Sorry.
Go on.
No, just saying, McIntyre got hung out a little bit there, didn't he, with his teammates? But yeah, you can see that they're going to work together in this one. They're in such a strong position, and just yeah, better just to run out a little wide and not trip over each other a little bit. Cherney really needs to get in the mix. He's there with his teammate, so see if he can just spice it up a little bit.
Went a bit wide at turn 2. Didn't bother him too much. McIntyre, and who's that? Nabelziak, Cherney going a bit wide as well. Davies is in that group as well with McNally. They have broken away. They lost Murray, as was mentioned earlier. Overcast conditions, Chaz, as you mentioned, and 21 degrees. It's quite nice for these MX5s.
Yeah, it's not going to kill the tyres, that's for sure. I know it's only a short race, but even in about the 15-20 minute races you get on the standard on the iRacing service, you feel the tyres go. And this is Harwood. Sorry,
Chaz, Jamie S for the lead.
Oh,
side
sorry,
takes it into turn 1. No, it's all right. It's these Momo boys changing positions. They race each other quite hard in this league, really. Hefford takes it back.
Beautifully synchronised move, that. Really is like the Red Arrows this week.
See then if they can maintain it. They haven't hit each other yet, but as is the case, inside, well, there's going to be some contact here, surely. Belsiek and whoever that is, Van Gool, very close together. I think they did touch briefly, but not to any great degree. Cherney going through on Van Gool as well, who's falling back from his what was top 4 position at the start of the lap. 3rd it was at the start of the lap. Down to 7th, and sorry, 6th, and it could be worse. Somebody taking the real scenic route in the background, Alex. I think that's Richard Gore, who just wasn't bothered about keeping it on the black stuff.
Yeah, I think it was Richard. Nice.
That's what happens when you give.
Did it?
What happens when you give people 20 incidents? Take liberties with it. Gore's not one to go crashing into people, so he might as well take his 20 off tracks, which I find to be a ridiculous number, if you ask me.
On a track like this, though, it's going to be interesting, especially that corner. I've just come out of there as we're on board with Cherney. He's really, really close to the back of Van Gool here. I was just going to say, though, on that little gravel trap out of, I think it's turn 2, the left-hander, it's one where you can quite easily pick up a 1X. So I think I
always think it's a very simple situation. That means don't go off the track. I think that solution is very, very easy indeed.
Yeah, well, with these things, it's I think it just promotes a bit of battling, but you never know with these guys. They might just, like you say, they might take liberties off to see. It looks like Cherney's got a bit of a run on Van Gool here into the last corner.
I tend to think it's more to do with who's driving them than the car itself. So race last night, where clean as a whistle. See what happens.
Great little scrap with these four.
The one retirement so far. He else has bit the dust. So, AD King, like he's got a slow down penalty.
Yeah,
as he said, the lead is much more important than that.
Great battles everywhere you look, all the way down the pack. It's just 2 by 2 out of the first corner.
There goes that's the customary RSO. Well, we're coming through, otherwise we're crashing. Turn 2.
Oh, Warmingham there, nearly got into contact.
Warmingham down in 19th. He's got Gareth Hickling, I think, with the red wheels. See that hairpin bend? Well, it acts like a hairpin. It's not truly one. But this corner here is more like a hairpin than the previous.
Oh, one of the Momo
like
boys up in the background
really.
there, sorry. I think it was Van Gool, just gone on the grass. He's still on the grass.
Is that at the front, is it? Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I think he just overstepped it a little bit, just coming into the second to last corner, and just keep it out of the wall, though, because it's quite easy, because you're going over a crest there, and if you do clip that grass, I know that from first-hand experience, you can launch it into the trees quite easily from there.
Awful couple of laps for Van Gool, Alex. He's dropped like a stone.
Yeah, I don't really know what's gone on for Peter there. So looked all good at the start of the race, and yeah, just sort of come undone a little bit.
Hung out to dry a bit, didn't he? Earlier on when he was battling with his teammates, and going off like that isn't going to really help him. Going through the gravel and not giving an F about the about keeping on the track is Davies. Probably a couple of others as well. Simple, really. Well, Hefford and Ayres are going side by side, or they were, and now here's Nebelziak through the middle sector. Closing in. He's got a quick car underneath him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done a really good job to get amongst these boys. He's put the fight to him, because we saw at the beginning it was the Momo boys running away with it, but he's going to be looking to get ahead of them all there. He's got his teammate further back as well, still looming, but he's getting the job done sooner rather than later, isn't he, Belshek?
Pretty close to... everybody was fairly close in qualifying. Now into the race it continues, with Ayres up the inside of Hefford, again for the lead. And he goes through this time, though the door's left open for Cedric Nebelshek to be interested in second place. Let's see if he does. Oh, he doesn't give a lot of space to Hefford there. Hefford should clear him with the head of the slipstream. Going to be tight into turn 2. McIntyre over the curb as well. Trying hard to cover the inside into this downhill section, the left and then the slower right. Sorry, the right and then slower left.
Really good on the brakes there by Nebelshek. He's a lot later.
He's going to be through as... Oh, he's hit him. Well, not a lot of space. Be interesting to see. Excuse me, it'd be interesting to see that one again, just to see whether there was anything either man could have done to avoid it. Let's see. Get on the replay. Have a look. He's on the inside. Nebelziak. Bit of netcode, to be honest. Good 6 inches of netcode. But got to think Steve would have known that he wasn't clear. Expected it. McIntyre and Cherney again. what is now second place. Comfortably through. Gore and Gore's been passed by Van Gool, so Van Gool is in the pace that he has when he's running on his own to get through. Alex, have you seen anything else further down the order?
No, just keeping an eye on this battle that you were talking about. I mean, there's lots of little individual ones going on out there. I say individual ones, a good group, obviously. Sort of 10th back. And there's another good little battle, which is sort of around about 20th place and 18th place and back as well. So a lot of little clusters, but everyone just slowly starting to spread apart now.
Well, we're very nearly at the end of the race already. It does go by quickly here. We've only got 4 to go.
This one's quite good. This is between Blake and Mias. That's very close. 2 tenths or 2.5 tenths.
Yeah, that's over 15th place. And then it's Gregory Vranch. Ranks. Sure about that one. Be a good scoring Scrabble, no doubt, Chaz.
Yeah, definitely. It's just one of many, as Alex said. It's one of those that catch your eye, and well, we've got 2 strong drivers involved in it, haven't we? So it should be interesting to see. I'm having a bit of an issue with my sim at the moment. Sorry, boys. That's why I've got a little bit quiet. It's jumping around a little bit.
Problem.
Just trying to sort that.
Contact at turn 1. I would imagine that was Hedgecock and Anwar Smith. Maybe just had a little tete-a-tete.
Oh, Cedric really starting to put the pressure on the boys at the front, and slides himself up the inside and picks up second place.
And now he slides into. He also slid into McIntyre, Alex. There.
Oh, we must have something going on with McNally and Co as well. Oh, well, we see a tree.
Yeah, McNally
that's because he's in it.
Yeah, he's buried it.
Let's have a look then. See what happens. Oh, so he loses it, McNally. Oh, he just gets the old wiggle on. Smashed it into the wall. At the end of his race. Back to the front. Jamie Ayres with a small advantage over Nebelsiak. And then it's McIntyre, then it's Nebelsiak, then it's Ayres. Completely swapped around from the last lap when it was Ayres leading. Cedric's trying around the outside. You can't really go around the outside easily there. Can set up a good cutback, yeah.
I was about to say that he was probably going to try and go around the outside to get the inside line for this corner here, but it didn't seem to be off that way for him, so he just sort of thought, alright, if I'm not going around that way, we'll do it this way then.
Oh. Pretty tidy in the end from McIntyre. He survives. Could be it, this will be it, surely. Oh, I thought he was going to have a go there. McIntyre was late on the brakes, but he maybe a bit too late. Ayres maybe trying to nudge Nebelsiak out of the way. The one line through here. Not a lot of room in there at all.
Board with Cedric. See him really working the wheel. Warmingham and Barry, they seem to be having some problems as well, dropping down the order. Richard, big time.
What happened there? Maybe have a look at it. Tyre wall. And now Nick McCarron. Oh, Nick McCarron looked like he missed his braking point, Alex, and that's the end of warming him around and into Michael Barrett.
Oh wow.
Now,
well avoided there as well.
Back to the front again. 2 laps to go. Where's going to be the difficulty around here, Alex, isn't it, when you're having to try and defend the position? Because it's not that easy to do on the long straights. It is easier to defend it in this infield.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite narrow, so you can sort of just strategically place the car. But it does seem to be that, you know, you can get good runs sort of in the latter part of the lap, heading into the sort of the first sector as well. So that is quite difficult to defend.
Go then. Ultimate time. They're going to get the white flag this time round. McIntyre Only going to have to go around one more time, Chaz, but makes it sound very, very easy, doesn't it?
Does indeed. I think Nebelsiak's in the prime.
Go over to the inside and stay there, you would think. Here comes and
Defend.
having a few issues with the sound, I believe, there. Ah, and he's pushed him a bit wide. McIntyre is pushing Nebelsiak slightly off. That means that Ayres can now come back. Going to try and forge a victory, but do. Here he comes, but he's on the outside line for the hairpin. He gets into line. Just ahead. Oh. Be difficult now for Ayres, Alex, but he will have the start-finish straight. The line is quite a long way down.
Yeah, he's just going to need to nail this final couple of corners and get a good run here for the actual final one. Oh, there's a bit of traffic.
Oh,
losing control in front of him as well. So, yeah, that's the kind of thing Ayres need, just to take McIntyre's attention away. He's close going into the final one. Needs a perfect run. McIntyre runs a bit wide.
Got some speed off. I think he's going to get there in time. And he will take the win here at Summit Point. Round one of the evening race. Chaz, have we got you back?
Yeah. We're all just didn't know
not sounding great there.
We beg to differ, I'm afraid, Chaz.
Can't hear you at all there, I'm afraid. But yeah, Alex, very strong race. Good competitive action out there, and yeah, it went a lot better than expected, I think.
Yeah, good race. I enjoyed that.
Not for Andrew Whitehead, though. Have you seen his car?
Where is Andrew?
Back to the pits
now,
Get
unfortunately.
a replay of it, but it was really damaged coming across the line. Broken suspension. It was really pitching over to the right-hand side. In the end, he finished 35th. And I need a new one. Race, and luckily he will receive one. So Jack McIntyre takes the win by just a quarter of a second over Jamie Ayres, Cedric Nebelsiak in third, Steve Hefford fourth, fifth for Alex Cherney, with Nathan Davis in sixth, and Richard Gore seventh. It was eighth for Tobias Cherney, with Anwar Smith in ninth, Dan Blake in 10th, Gregory Branch in 11th, Adam Broughton Grant in 12th. 13th for Peter Van Gogh, Benjamin Mears in 14th, Nick McCarron 25 positions gained in 15th, Gareth Hickling 16th, 17th Rob Graham, Adam Delmont in 18th, 19th Scott Malcolm, 20th Kip Stevens, he gained 22 as well, Luke Clark up 20 to 21st, and then 22nd Rafe Cullinan, 23rd Roy Verke, Brian Holmes 24th, 25th Joe McDonald, Peter Knowles 26th, Lee Berris 27th, Richard Warmingham 28th. Adam Hedgecock in 29th, 30th for Carl Hardy, 31st for Anthony Jacobson, 32nd Daniel Perry, Justin Davis in 33rd, and then the cars one lap down, Dave Christie, saw there Andrew Whitehead, and then the retirements, Ross Strain, Adi King, I believe it was him who went flying into the trees on the final lap, Nick Harwood, Michael Barry, Adam McNally, David Ayres, Jordan Giddings, Stephen Baxter, and Lorne Murray was out, as we said, with the blown engine on the first lap.
Yeah, kapow, wasn't it, really? And it was unassisted, as didn't just drifting down too early going into one.
Bang, and the race is gone.
Yeah, trying to brake perhaps a bit too late or something like that. Yeah, and it just really caught him out.
It did indeed, and we've got the reverse grid wheel to into play. So it's time for your favourite part of the show.
Yeah, straight to it, no missing. He was missed the fall. Still going to be quite a large one. 35th.
Fifth is going to belong to. Going to be Andrew Whitehead, so it works as a full basically, and we'll put the boosted car onto pole position for race 2. So join us back here after the break on Apex Racing TV, and we're going to bring you that race.
finish here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to Apex TV and Summit Point Raceway in the United States. Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson and Chaz Draycott with you. But we had a couple of technical issues with the sound at the start of the previous race. So I do apologise for us getting in so late to the previous one. But it seems to be all sorted. And Chaz, we saw a race which was exciting, it was close, and I'm sure this reverse grid, 35 of them reversed. Well, this one could be quite frantic.
Definitely. Well, with obviously race one, with qualifying being how it is, we had the quicker guys at the front, but now with them being behind, it should be interesting. It's a narrow circuit, like we were saying before, especially that second section, so it'll be good to see if people can try and make the moves and see if any of, no offence to them, but the slower guys sort of try and put the fight to them and defend it.
Alex, what's the over-under on people ending up in the trees in this one?
Well, I think we're going to get a couple, that's for sure.
I think the thing is, though, I must say that there were drivers in that first race, such as Nick McCarron and Kip Stevens, who made up quite a lot of positions, and the overtaking is possible here. A lot of it's done in the first couple of laps when everybody's a bit off balance and trying to figure everything out.
It's going to be key to do for the quicker guys to get as many places in those early laps, because it isn't the easiest place to overtake when it starts to string out a little bit. While everybody's all sort of in a big cluster, big gaggle, that's the time to go.
That's if you look at Carl Hardy's car, or maybe actually Michael Barry's car. Goes back to something we were talking about result clothing cars, Alex, on Sunday, so that you remembered that. Yeah, 28 degrees. It's a little warmer now, Chaz, on the circuit. Will mean that the tyres are going to take a little bit more of a pounding, but this car is for the longer runs, so really 12 laps, it shouldn't be a great deal of problems.
No, it all depends on how hard people are pushing it. I suppose we'll always get the guys that want to go for it from the get-go. And then you'll get some people that do think about the tyres even in such smaller races, and you do tend to see a bit of a difference towards the end. I mean, you'll see when people try and just take opportunities that they can close to the end of a race rather than at the beginning. But like I say, it's all down to people's mindset, so it'll be good to have a nice little mix in there.
It will. We're just waiting on the session to advance. We are anticipating it very, very shortly. As yet, it hasn't happened. It was supposed to happen at about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Waiting for everybody to get in. Are we? There we go. There it is, indeed. So, got a minute of gridding. So I'll take you through what we can of the starting grid then. Practice is now finished. On to the order then. So Andrew Whitehead on pole, Dave Christie alongside him, Justin Davis in third, Daniel Perry in fourth, Jacobson in fifth, Carl Hardy sixth, Adam Hedgecock in seventh, Richard Warmingham eighth, Lee Berridge ninth, Peter Knowles in 10th, Joe McDonald 11th, Brian Holmes in 12th. I think he's got a really, really good chance starting there. Roy Viverke is 13th, 14th is Rafe Cullinan, Luke Clark is 15th, Kip Stevens 16th, 17th for Scott Malcolm, 18th is Adam Delmont, 19th is Rob Graham, and 20th is Gareth Hickling. We'll look down the order, Chaz, and see that the race 1 winner, Jack McIntyre, starts 35th. Him and the likes of Jamie Ayres, Cedric Nobelsiak and Steve Heffer, they've got a big mountain to climb here. Yeah,
they definitely have, and again, coming back to the fact it's a narrow track, they'll have to take every single opportunity they can get, but well, we don't know how many of them are going to come about. They've just got to stay out of danger as well. So
don't know how many of them are going to get to the end either, but we're going to find out very, very shortly indeed as the revs are rising here at Summit Point. Another 12 laps begins now. Decent start by Whitehead, but he didn't get a great second phase at all, and Dave Christie did get away fairly well. But looks like Whitehead's going to maintain it into the first corner. You see the two teammates there, Dan Perry and Justin Davis, trying to swarm into the top three. Oh, and Davis has hit Christie. And it looks like Perry, now side by side with Whitehead, Alex, start from them.
Yeah, Perry nailed the start, didn't he? Is he going to get through? He does. Just slides through. Nice. Whitehead needs a good race, obviously, after the last one and wrecking his car.
What's Ted going to do here? He's right on the bumper. Perry, Christie going for the move. Oh, he backs out of it sensibly. Don't think that was ever going to work. He was always going into a decreasing gap, was Dave Christie. And Lee Berridge going through. And Christie now under attack from Davis again, who's already hit him once in this race. Behind Davis is Richard Warmingham, who's made a good start from 7th, and Carl Hardy, who's trying to recover after he did start 5th, Chaz, and dropped down to 7th. Going through.
Yeah, it's not the best of starts there, sorry. I'm issue here. Sorry,
Davis loses it, and Carl Hardy just hits him, goes into the wall. And Davis was going. I think if Carl Hardy had managed to avoid him, I think Davis might have gone on his own. In the end, that little tap, it straightened Davis up. It put Carl Hardy into the tyre barrier. Warmingham versus Brian Holmes. Holmes is through. Dave Christie's round, and he's beached, I think, Alex, is he? Oh, no, he's okay. Oh, he might be. Not sure. Oh, no, he's not beached. He's great place.
I was just watching a replay of Hardy going off there. So. And yeah, let's
see. It all
see,
leads to it.
Well, let's just see here then. So Christie, see what happens to him. Oh, he took massive amounts of curb, and that's what got him all sort of unsettled.
Bounce around a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. I think he just not so much beach, does he? He's just sort of has to wait.
So Daniel Perry leads. Berridge in second. Then it's Whitehead. 4th position is Brian Holmes. Is Richard Warmingham. I'll tell you what, Alex, Brian Holmes, we know how good he is. I have a feeling that it won't be the last that they've seen of him.
No, not at all. He's so good in this car, you know. So better in this car than he is the Kia, I think he would admit.
He's very good in the longer, and he won a race in that this week.
Yeah, he did. So Ayres with the fastest lap of the race though that time by, all the way down in 18th place. Just goes
swapping places. at the front. Sorry, mate.
No, that's fine.
Swapping places at the front. Perry dived down the inside of Berridge. Berridge got the cutback. To stay in front. All this is doing though, mate, is allowing Holmes to get in there. I think Holmes is within a second now.
Minute he's
Very
in the
difficult
draft,
now.
you know, it's difficult.
As what you're seeing further down the order, it seems quite chaotic in the midfield. Oh no, he's got a. Okay, well I think we've lost Chaz.
I
Unfortunately,
think we have,
for now.
yeah, unfortunately.
See if we do get him back later on. Peter Van Gool's been off. What's happened to Van Gool? Get some help. Well, silly one, isn't it? With that was with McDonald. It was a bit of a clumsy one on both accounts, I think.
See that.
Holmes going past Ted here. The inside.
Get back to the live action. Sorry, as I
it's
can't
alright.
see
Go on,
that.
if
Can't
you
see
can
that.
Ted's trying to get back at Brian Holmes here. Like Holmes is just clear. Holmes is very good at the endurance races, though, isn't he? He's one that very consistent over the hour or the hour and a half that we sometimes see.
Yeah, that's it. And we see that as a whole mass of cars just gone off track. We'll come back to that point in a second. But
Is that turn 2 by any chance?
I see. Yeah, I think it is. I think it was
They're
actually.
all just running wide, aren't
This
they?
gaggle sort of around McCarran, Stevens, and Ayres, and that just all running wide through there.
Oh, more contact.
Oh, it's been
and that is Jamie Ayres into
Donald.
McDonald, and I wonder if any of that has anything to do with the Van Gool McDonald incident as well, because that was seemed a bit unnecessary there. Now just behind them, somebody's gone a bit off and a bit slow. Might be Luke Clark.
For the front, Andrew. Sorry.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, Holmes with his endurance expertise.
Never
He's
ends
used to
here,
having
does
the
it?
used to having the sprints at the end, isn't he? It's on for the last 4 or 5 laps for him. And yeah, he's used to these races.
Look at that. Berridge tried to hang him out to dry. Like Perry's going into second position. Indeed he does.
Going to try and hold on to the back of Holmes. If he can. That should pull him away from Berridge, but Berridge is quick as well. I don't think Whitehead wants to give up on it as well. If there's just a little bit of battling, might well be able to jump back to the front. You never know. And Nebelsiak and Benjamin Mias are side by side.
Oh yeah.
And just ahead of him, he's got his teammate just absolutely in a bit of a dogfight
Oh!
right now. Oh, it's McCarran, I think that was.
And there goes the two Cherneys into each other.
Oh.
As a result, and off goes Gregory Vranks. But that was in avoidance. He managed to survive that, but it was McCarran, and it was Alex Cherney.
Tobias is the one that's further down. Alex is okay.
But was it originally?
Oh wow. Just on the main straight. Who's that? This is Mias, Blake.
Yeah. Was Tobias Cherney? Yep, Mias. Where are they? Oh yeah.
Who else was it? It was crazy. Cars literally flipping upside down and all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah, just coming out of the final corner, and three of them. There was it Knowles? Could have been Knowles. Just 2 seconds, mate.
Oh, it just caused mayhem. Mias obviously went over and into the trees, and that's why he jumped back to the pit lane. So all kicking off. I think we just jumped back to where Cedric was having some issues there at the hairpin. Oh, this is.
Oh, it might have been Alex. Sorry, mate. It might have been Davis who's dropped down the order. Could well have been Davis who was involved in it. Was the other silver and green car, silver and black car, sorry. Trying to get to the bottom of that, not really succeeding. Holmes leads by a second. Then it's Berridge, and then it's Whitehead versus Perry round 3, I think.
Take a quick look at the front. Oh,
Round 4 as well now. Whitehead's back, trying to have another go. So much dust getting brought onto the circuit, Alex, from turn 2.
Davis and Hedgecock as well, side by side through the kink in before the hairpin. They both survived that actually. And Davis through.
Seems like we have got Chaz back. Chaz, can you hear us?
I can indeed, boys. Yeah, I'm just trying to sort out connection issues here, so hopefully it sounds all right.
Sounds good for now. Certainly. Oh, Richard Warmingham! He spun. On the grass verge.
Get this back on replay.
Terrible place to try and... he should just be mashing this in first gear and trying to just spin turn it, surely. The grass.
Yeah, I should get
Oh, he's nearly joined! He's nearly joined by Baxter. Hear me.
In the end, he jumped back to the pits, didn't he? So.
Did you see Baxter's one?
Let me see if I can pick up Baxter's one.
It was just the fact that I was looking at Richard and Baxter very nearly joined him at the scene.
Does he do exactly the same thing? He did exactly the same thing as well. Just got onto the outside there. Oh,
Got
he
away
was
with it.
close, wasn't he? Right.
Now, apologies if you can hear loud engines in the background. I promise you it's not Chaz Draker outside my house. It's... I don't know what it is. I think it's quad bikes or something. Bots. But yeah, I think that's okay. I don't know if you heard any of that, Alex. I don't know if it was too much interference, but...
Didn't hear a thing. So
I could barely hear you guys over it, so... if that says more about my hearing than anything else. But here comes Adam Delmont, who's come out of nowhere, really. He was nowhere near this battle originally. Delmont on Whitehead, but Whitehead's got a slipstream off Perry. And is he going to stave off Delmont? I don't think he is. Oh, Perry's on the grass. Oh, and here we go. Here we go now. Oh.
That was lucky. I thought Delmont was
no.
Whitehead's gone. That'll be back into the pits for him as well. Once you go over the banking, you're done.
Ah, damn. Well, thought something was going to happen. No, it was going to end up like that. Did. Now, Holmes leads by 2 seconds. Lee Berridge, who's quick in this car, managing to keep him somewhat honest at least. Then it's now Adam Delmont in third. Then it's fourth for Nathan Davis, who just transforms when he gets in this car. Nathan Davis, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is one of his better cars. Really quick in this.
Seems to crash into people in it though. Like everything else, he seems to crash into people. This, he doesn't seem to be that bad. That must be Chaz again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chaz, I think is done for the night. Just struggling too much out there.
Not easy, I must admit. When you've got a poor internet connection, having a bad day for the internet, it sometimes manifests itself. And here's McIntyre and Nebelsiak. This is for is it for 14th? Both got front damage, both got rear damage. And Broughton Grant's coming, look. Might be able to get through on both of them. Oh, well. Nebelsiak into McIntyre. McIntyre's onto the grass. Youth Energy car now trying to join the party. Looks like it's McNally. Oh dear. Getting a bit messy out there.
think that class is a bump and run, does it?
Well, it will be now because I think McNally has just given Broughton Grant a little bit of a shove. Broughton Grant went to hell with the tarmac on that one. Through the gravel. Gregory Vranks is there as well. Trying to go around the outside of the Belsieg, who loses the rear. Manages to regain control just about. Luke Clark's at the head of this group. Alex Cherney's been up 20 positions from where he started. To 11th. He's 10 seconds ahead of this group. So that's how much this pack has spread apart, Alex. Has got third to 11th is 8 seconds, and then there's 9 seconds back to 12th.
Yeah, huge gap. Oh, we've got battles going on everywhere. I think that was Ayres going past Hedgecock, and also there was something going on in the sort of front battle as well for third with Delmont and Davis. They're side by side going into 2.
Correct.
Davis up 27 places. Perry trying to get through at the same time on Delmont, but
you know what as well? Davis with his 27 positions gained, his car's spotless. Don't know for how much longer though, as there is a Youth Energy car behind him. They've been not short of, shall we say, exchanging pleasantries with the other drivers. Series. Great run for Delmont. Brilliant run. Now then, what's Davies going to do? Oof. Heck. The final corner. Davies sends it in. He really is committed to this one. And in the end, that was a really good run through the last corner for Nathan Davies. But here comes Daniel Perry as well. He's not done. We're on the final lap now. Oh, Perry's very late on the brakes and Davies goes off.
Oh, all that hard work from Davis and yeah, it's all undone.
Now Perry and Delmont fighting it out for podium. Delmont tries to go around the outside. There's almost contact. Perry manages to evade it. And they're still at it now. Davis is trying to thread the needle as well. He do. Oh, sideways. Oh, them into the left-hander at the bottom of the hill. Little bit of contact. Perry drifts a little bit. Delmont goes off the track. All could come to a head here because they're side by side in the infield. Oh, and Delmont just about gets ahead of Davies.
Brian Holmes approaching the final corner for the final time. Put himself a nice 4.5 second lead, so this is easy. And just coast around and across the line and take the victory here. Great race 2 for Brian Holmes, up 11 spots.
Twice in a week that Brian Holmes has had an easy victory. Getting quite used to that. Not careful. Where's Davies gone? What's happened to Davies? He ran out of fuel.
Just
he's out of fuel, mate.
Yeah, he dropped back a few places, so
he's out of fuel.
He's across the line, so he's okay.
But he fell down from 4th position to 8th.
Everyone has pretty much streamed across the line. I'm trying to catch up with everyone. They're already gone and through. This is the next. I'm down at 26th and 27th place. This is Cullinan and Graham. As Rafe goes very wide, he might even lose the place here. Graham's got a good run. No, he's not. I thought he had a good. I thought he had a better run, but didn't in the end.
The Knowles with no bonnet. David Ayres, the final man across the line. He did start in 41st, to be fair to him. Finishes in 30th. Just finished, and that's important because if it's a fault, we'll go on to pole position. Let's take you through the finishing order then for round 2 of the evening here in the BSR MX5 Cup. Brian Holmes takes the win by 4.3 seconds ahead of Lee Berridge. Daniel Perry in 3rd, Adam Delmont 4th, Anwar Smith in P5, Jamie Ayres in P6, then it's Roy Ververke, Nathan Davis, Adam Hedgecock and Alex Cherney rounding out the top 10. Kip Stevens, 11th. He's having a good meeting. Adam McNally in 12th. Luke Clark, 13th. Cedric Nebelsiak in 14th. Gregory Franks in 15th. Adam Broughton Grant in 16th. Then it's Nick McCarron. Then it's Lorne Murray, Stephen Baxter, and Tobias Cherney in 20th. Jack McIntyre, 21st. 22nd is Steve Hefford. Peter Van Gool, 23rd. Dave Christie in 24th. We saw him spinning off. And Jacobson started 5th. I don't know what happened to him to finish 5th. Rafe Cullinan, 26th. 27th, Rob Graham. 28th for Dan Blake. 29th, Peter Knowles. David Ayres in 30th. And then the retirements, Ross Strain. Again, he was the first man 2 laps down. Andrew Whitehead was 4 laps down. Justin Davis, Richard Warmingham, Nick Harwood, Benjamin Mears, Eddie King, Joe McDonald, Carl Hardy, Scott Malcolm, Gareth Hickling, Richard Gore, Michael Barry, and Gordon Giddings. We lost 6 drivers on the opening lap, Alex.
Yeah, there was lots of little things, wasn't there, on that first lap, but nothing that I saw that was that major.
Maybe it was just some individual ones, individual incidents.
Yeah, normally you see the big ones, don't you? I mean, 'cause smoke everywhere, but yeah, I didn't see that this time.
Tell you what you are going to see in just a minute. You're going to see a big wheel spinning round. Going to get us a pole position, man. So,
Yep, my fingers itching and ready to spin it.
going to be the Richard Gore button. Well,
He's in the series, so where is he?
didn't race well. I was retired from the race, so it won't be him.
Well, I tried my best. I mean, if you get any further back for him, really, 50th place.
50th place. That does give the reward to David Ayres. That's the reward for finishing 73 seconds behind in the end. Persevering as he gets onto pole. Peter Knowles will be alongside him. Dan Blake in 3rd, Rob Graham 4th, and Rafe Cullinan will be 5th. And we'll see how they get on after the break here on Apex Racing TV. So we continue with the BSR MX5 Cup.
chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Would it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line. chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Join us on the grid for race 3 of the evening. BSR MX5 Cup. Andrew Woodhouse and Alex Simpson are with you for this one. We've unfortunately lost Chaz Draycott due to technical issues, so equivalent of the retirement on the formation lap, I guess. But David Ayres on pole, looking for no such thing. Peter Knowles in second, Dan Blake third, Graham fourth, Rafe Cullinan in fifth, sixth for Anthony Jacobson, seventh Peter Van Gool, eighth Steve Hefford, ninth Jack McIntyre, 10th is Tobias Cherney. Now, Tobias Cherney can get it done from wherever he starts on the grid, so we'll see what he can do. David Ayres, who's got the responsibility then for Result Clothing. Let's see what he does. Oh, great start from Ayres, brilliantly away from pole position, gets a perfect jump. Already ahead of Knowles. Knowles maybe in a little bit of bother from Dan Blake. Up the inside of everybody into turn one. Spectacular braking from Dan Blake. He's into the lead. Was that David Ayres being a little cautious, Alex?
A little bit, but also great from Dan, you know? Really going for
Drives
it in
this car now,
the first
doesn't he,
lap.
though? He races this car now, doesn't he?
Yeah,
in real life.
Feels happy, knew where the braking point was, and went for it.
You know what? That is one of the things that I think is very underrated, is practicing your starts, practicing that braking point. And up the inside goes Rob Graham. He's trying to get through on David Ayres as well. Ayres manages to survive. Van Gool's on the inside of Graham. Graham should still have it through this section. Yeah, and he does. Van Gool trying to force the issue. He hits the curb quite hard, though. Loses a bit of momentum. Ayres survives in second place. Remember a F1 race we did at Malaysia, Alex, where we practiced to start over and over again. What did we do come the race? We were first and second after the first corner.
Yeah, it did make a real big difference, didn't it? You know? And it is overlooked by a lot of people, you know?
Because we knew we could, at that particular track, we knew we could brake just before the 50 off the grid, and everyone else was braking at the 100. And we sailed through. Think Vitaly Petrov and Nick Heidfeld in 2011. Then there's a crash at turn one. It's Graham into David Ayres, and now Van Gool is alongside Graham, and these two are going to go into battle into turn two. Look like David Ayer's got a bit mugged in there. He won't be happy with that when he sees that one back. Could well be a protest. Oh, off into the gravel. There's a couple of cars. Oh, there's a pile-up.
Oh, big one.
It's Cullinan involved.
Cars.
And one of the Cherney brothers.
Wrong place. I think that's Roberts, is it? No, I'm not sure who that was, but wow.
Oh, there's loads of them. It's still actually going on.
Oh yeah, down at the hairpin as well. Onto a free-for-all.
Oh, I didn't see the one at the hairpin. I just saw it everywhere else.
Literally, I just cannot keep up with my timing screen. It's just going nuts.
So have Graham and Van Gool come together, have they?
Oh, it's possible.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
Van
it's
Gool's...
Hefford. It's Hefford trying to go around the outside of Graham, Alex. He spins, and Graham's got absolutely nowhere to go. Oh, and they're 3 wide. Who's that? Is it... Can't actually tell, to be honest. It's Gore, Warmingham, Hardy. Off goes Smith. He's in the gravel. What a crazy arse race this is. As there's still 3 wide, and and that's Alex Cherney. He was the one, Alex, who we saw getting spat off into the gravel. The furthest one. It went so far off into the gravel. I don't think he hit anything. Oh, Rob Graham and Ben Mears. They're teammates, I believe. Well, no love lost there. We've seen teammates crashing into each other this week.
Literally what I was about to say. No love lost whatsoever.
Here comes, I think that's Michael Barry, is it?
Belshek on McCarran as well. McCarran trying to fight back. He's going to be able to.
Mental start to the race. It really is. I think they've just decided, well, we're just going to go for this. I think they've all decided that, I think. This one. Must admit though, Alex, when I did race 4 last week, it did feel like that when I was starting near the back because of the reverse grid, it was did feel a little bit like they were just all, every man for themselves, just going for it. 100%. What you've got to do if you're starting right at the back, but it does mean that if anything, you just end up in danger.
Yeah, I mean we do talk about obviously biding your time sometimes and picking the moves and trying to survive, but when there's so much going on, you know, you kind of doesn't matter what you're doing, you know, you're going to get collected in something like that. So it's almost worth, like you were saying to me, you know, you just got to go for it sometimes because
every now and again.
yeah. It's just not going to matter if you're trying to play it cautious. You know, if there's a
half the
3
time
or 4 cars spinning in front of you,
yeah.
you know where do you go? So,
or it's the one where you break. You break. Oh, Dan Blake is nearly around, and that gives Van Gool the lead. McIntyre's going to go through. Is he into second? A try. Dan Blake was 1.5 seconds clear of Van Gool. Seen it sometimes with Dan Blake, hasn't he? We've got the talent. Every now and again, there's just a little error. But yeah, if you might.
I'm just going to try and trying to get that back on replay. Here we go. Frantically looking for the off. Yeah, just overcooked it, didn't he? Just lost the rear going in. Wasn't too bad, but yeah, like you say, he had a comfortable lead, and now he's got a battle on.
Oh, definitely a battle on his hands. No doubt about that. We'll fight to the end. Will McIntyre as well, Peter Van Gool. Tobias Cherney's in 4th. Heron's in 5th, 6th is Delmont, 7th is McNally, 8th Murray, 9th Berridge, and 10th Branch. We've already lost 9 cars.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
I think AD King might be in the wars this lap as well. At AD on the weekend at Donington Park. Oh, and off goes Gareth Hickling. Down the hairpin. some driver just not catching a break in this one. Not that many of them left. There are, but not many of them left undamaged at least. Nick McCarron under pressure. Tobias Cherney up the inside. Both drivers giving a lot of space, good respect given here. Can't say the same into turn 2 though, Alex, because you have to be a little closer. It's the nature of the corner, it's very narrow. Oh, Cherney's going to try the cut back here. McCarron decides to take the to straight line the exit. Cherney's going to have this, you know. Oh man!
Oh, that was close when it ran.
How on earth did he clear him there? How on earth? You have the presence of mind to turn across there. Sheer luck, maybe. And there goes big whack from one of the Youth Energy cars on Nick McCarron. That was Adam Delmont. There's definitely no love lost there in Youth Energy Momo Racing. I mean, we've seen that for season upon season, Alex.
And yeah, well, I don't know what to say because obviously recent things going on. So I'll just
Wasn't mentioning that.
I know. But yeah, definitely no love lost at the moment.
You get me into trouble now. Never mind. Damn it. It's Murray versus Berridge. Berridge into turn 1. And Lee Berridge going through. Done. I was speaking to Nick McCarron incidentally last week about improved form in this car and be enjoying it a lot more. I believe he said it's to do with the fact that he's got an OSW now, Alex. I think the benefits of that can be, you know, they're pretty widely known.
Yeah, it does. It does make a big difference. I feel, just on the consistency, you know, more than anything.
We would say it is the fact that, you know, you can feel the car going before it goes. Whereas sometimes with some other wheels, even say my wheel, it's going. I can feel it going as it's going, and sometimes that's a bit too late. Oh, Lorne Murray! 2 wheels on the grass there as he tries to get past Berridge. That was not easy. 5s. Lee's going to have to go defensive. All the way over to the right-hand side, leaves no space at all for Murray. Murray loiters in the slipstream, just waits. In front of them, Delmont. Oh no, Delmont was ahead of McNally anyway. He was having a look at Cherney. Why, it's Cherney, Alex, a veteran of Apex Racing TV.
Yeah,
We're back to 2000 and what? 2011?
Yeah, I was thinking, how many years has it been? You know, it really has been loads. So, in the old V8 Supercar days, the Apex Racing League.
The Apex Racing League, as they used to call it.
Yeah, Apex Racing League.
Yeah, about 2012, I think we first saw Tobias Cherney on the channel. Change of position there, Delmont allowing McNally through. Tell you what though, all joking aside, it will be an interesting battle if these three do start fighting again.
Getting close at the front again as well with McIntyre and Peter Van Gault, but I think they're just pulling away really more than anything now. Had a little bit of infighting last time and realised what happened, so don't want to do that. Another good little battle is between Nick Harwood and Richard Gore. 600ths of a second between them.
Nick Harwood, he was quite far up the order in the opening round. Time behind Richard Gore. We have a whole new team of drivers in the series, though, Alex, as well. With Harwood and Perry. The other one, which is Davis.
Always good to see, new drivers coming in.
Now we need to probably say, because obviously we've got Nathan Davies and we've got Davis. So we probably need to start calling them that as well. And in fact, both of them retired. They're both on the standing sheet next to each other, retired.
Well, there you go.
There we go. Like last night when we had 2 Ruddocks, 2 McDonalds and 2 Thomases.
And yeah, we didn't quite have 2 Iannucci's either, did we? It was close.
Well, the other one said he was coming as well. He said he's going to be in it soon. Now here comes McNally on Tobias Cherney. Good slipstream by McNally. He might clear him, you know. Close. Cherney is late on the brakes, though. Gets turned in. Clean again, gives the space. One thing Tobias has always been, Alex has always been a fair driver. In before he ends up crashing here. Oh, a bit of a wiggle through 2. Bout survives. Delmont just in behind. Oh, big slide. Journey's trying the outside line. It's pretty difficult to do. Gets the power down. Oh, he backs out. Oh, he backs out, but he's given the space anyway, Alex, and that's a mistake from McNally.
Yeah, he had it covered, didn't he? He could have just moved across, took his normal line. Wouldn't have been under too much pressure.
I think that was
side by side.
Whoa, he's gone off. I think that's what Cherney was after, though, Alex, in the hairpin. I think he wasn't trying the move. I think he anticipated McNally, thinking that there was going to be an overtake there, and there wasn't. And in the end, he ends up making it. Now McCarron and Delmont going to be super close because not a lot of space for these 3 drivers to work in. Behind Tobias Cherney, you can see in the background Lee Berridge and Lorne Murray in behind as well. McIntyre and Van Gogh, so half a second apart. Those 2 seem to be settling maybe for first and second. We'll see if they do anything on the final lap. Perrin's slight touch on the back of McNally's car. Comes Murray. Murray's alongside the Momo Racing car. 2. Perrin carries the speed around the outside. Great battle this for the middle of the top 10.
What you want, really, isn't it? I mean, it's allowing Blake and Gall and McIntyre to consolidate their podium, but yeah, still going at it. Go on, guys. And I mean, apologies for the rest of the pack as well. There's so much that's going on behind as well. Harwood, Gore, and Hedgecock battle. That's good. And you've got Baxter in a good battle with Hefford as well further back, and Whitehead and Perry. They're side by side right now. But I've got to go back to the front because they're side by side again, McNally and Cherney.
Van Gool having a look for the lead, Alex, as well on McIntyre. Is he going to go for it? Oh, lap traffic coming into play. Following up Jack McIntyre as the white flag flies in the air for that second group. Again, then into turn 1. Oh, Berridge comes in. Journey's in the grass. Both brake late. Berridge just seemed to lose a little bit of control. It's Tobias Cherney off the track. Karen and Murray side by side. Battle for the lead then. McIntyre, was he going a bit defensive, Alex?
I don't know. I don't think so. Just looking at it, I mean, I think they're settling for where they are.
Oh, he's saying that.
Look at that group
they might
behind.
have a race over the line though, because you know.
Let's see if
they're completely out of the woods
here. Tries to do anything with it.
Chance of getting a run, hasn't he?
A good final corner, but
it's going to be
close enough.
He's going to close in Peter Van Gool, but it's going to be Jack McIntyre that wins round 3 of the evening here at Summit Point. Great racing there. And it's going to be Delmont ahead of McNally, ahead of Berridge. Then it's Murray ahead of McCarron. Gregory Vranks will come home in 9th. Cedric Nebelsiak. Will he get 10th? I think he did. He just about got 10th over Brian Holmes. Tremendous stuff there. He is. Down at the back. Got Ross Strain and Gareth Hickley and Alex. Couple of corners left for them. Gareth Ickling's got bad damage. Strain. Well, he's straining to try and get past, but can't quite do it.
Yeah, close, but no cigar.
Indeed. Rob Graham, 31st. He's going to be a happy bunny after that one. Michael Barry, we lost him on the last lap. Ben Mears comes across and finishes as the final car on the lead lap in 32nd place. Yeah, then let's take you through the results for round 3 then. Jack McIntyre by just a quarter of a second over Peter Van Gool, with Dan Blake in 3rd and Delmont in 4th, Adam McNally in 5th, Lee Berridge in 6th place. Delmont and Berridge, incidentally, up 22 places from where they started. Lorne Murray in 7th, 8th for Nick McCarron. Gregory Vanks in 9th, Cedric Nebelziek in 10th, Brian Holmes 11th, 12th is Tobias Cherney. Rich Gore 13th, up 28. Harwood gained 20 as well, up to 14th. Adam Hedgecock 15th, 16th for Alex Cherney. Richard Warmingham 17th, 18th. Jordan Giddings up 25. Stephen Baxter 19th, 20th Steve Hefford. Then Anwar Smith 21st, 22nd for Anthony Jacobson. Andrew Whitehead 23rd. Kip Stevens in 24th, 25th for Carl Hardy. 26th Scott Malcolm. Daniel Perry in 27th, 28th Luke Clark. Gareth Hickling 29th. Ross Strain 30th. Rob Graham 31st. Ben Mears 32nd. Michael Barry 33rd. 34th Eddie King. Then the retirements: Jamie Ayres, Adam Broughton Grant, Roy Viverke, David Ayres, Rafe Cullinan, Peter Knowles, Nathan Davis, Justin Davis, and Joe McDonald. And actually, Alex, after that pile-up, we only lost one driver.
Well, crazy, really. All that hard battling. You'd think we'd lose more, but yeah, you're right. Just the one.
It does show that the standard of this league is getting a lot fairer out there, and it does seem that it's improving on a weekly basis. Now, for the final time today, the reverse grid wheel is going to come into play, and we're going to see who our final pole sitter is going to be.
Pretty reasonable one so far. If we can get a smaller one, 15 looks close. Oh, is it going to tick over? I think it might just, and it has. All -4 it is.
All -4. That'll be Ross Strain. So he didn't manage to get past Gareth Hickling, but actually that doesn't matter because he's going to get the pole position out of it. So well done to him. He's going to be ahead of Hickling. And then it's Luke Clark in 3rd, Daniel Perry in 4th, and Scott Malcolm will round out the top 5 when we return on Apex Racing TV. That was easy for me to say. In a bit. final race of the day here in BSR MX5 Cup here at Summit Point. Drew House and Alex Simpson with you for the final time, and Ross Strain on pole, Gareth Hickling second, Luke Clark third, Daniel Perry fourth, and Scott Malcolm makes up the top 5. Well, it's going to be a good one, isn't it? Race 3 winner Jack McIntyre down in 29th place. He's got a lot of work to do. Some of the drivers saying after race 3 that it's carnage for the slower drivers at the front. Well, believe it, I wouldn't like to be... I was in this position last week. Didn't particularly enjoy with all the fast guys behind me, but here we go. Green light is on. Green flag flies. Yeah, terrific start. Got away really nicely, didn't he? Hickling in second place. Not a tremendous start by him. It's not a bad start, actually, though. Still in front of Luke Clark. Retains third ahead of Daniel Perry. Oh, going slightly off, though, he's Strain. And Hickling's got a great chance to get through here. Is he going to send it, though? Ross Strain up the inside. Oh, it's good close racing, that.
Give a bit of room, didn't he?
Oh, no, there's not a lot of...
He's not been able to get the move done. Oh.
Not a lot of room now, though, mate, at all. Who's that? Oh, no. Control, here we go. This is going to be it. Bang!
Could have been worse if that was in the middle of the pack. That was Perry, I think.
Perry. Oh, and round goes... I don't know who
Smith
it is.
Is around, I think. Yeah, Amos Smith is dropping down.
Oh. Oh, I think... Oh, and someone else off in the background as well.
Hitchcock.
Yeah, I can't see the paints aren't coming up.
Oh, and there's Blake as well. He's around, and I think that was one of the Churneys. It was Tobias straight in. He's on top of the tyre wall, and yeah, I think that is him.
Oh dear.
Done.
He's not going to get it down from there, is he? No. I don't think. Oh, 2 of them down the main straight. Who's that? It's Malcolm. Is it Malcolm? No, it's not Malcolm. It's Stevens. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, he's come back onto the track, and he's taken a youth energy. It's all kicking off here. Surely must be a safety car. It has to be a safety car. No, nothing's called at all.
No, they're still hitting each other.
That is the most ridiculous incident I think I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot for BSR leagues. Somebody else is off as well. They're all going. It's Gregory Franks that's off as well. No fast repair, of course, in this. What on earth? Can we please find out how the hell that started? I think Kip Stevens was at the centre of it. Oh, and it's going off at the hairpin now as well. There's 3 or 4 of them gone as well. Mears, I think, is one.
Oh, we're not going to have anyone left.
And Berridge and Davis. Oh. Well, this has gone to hell in a handbasket, hasn't it? I nearly said something else then. Hey, me. I can't wait to see the YouTube chat at this point. Oh, no. Well, they haven't seen it all yet, I don't think. Well, they have seen most of it. Dear me. Oh.
Down 1 then. Who's that? That's Hickling wide.
Yeah.
Okay, though. We haven't got a repeat of what we saw last lap.
Well, Luke Clark leads the way for the moment. Along 4, though. Hefford. Great drive into turn 2. Lovely job by Hefford, but Clark trying to fight back. There's not a lot of space. If he can get round the outside of this kink, though, if he can commit, might have a go into the right-hander. Oh, has he just nicked him? A little bit, maybe. Oh, dear. We'll tell you we've lost and who we haven't lost in a minute. When it comes round, I think, for the next lap. Take you through the order. We're only on lap 3, mate. Hey.
That's crazy.
Is that only 3 1-minute, 20-second laps?
Yeah. Delmont still trying to recover back to the circuit. But damage or something. He's keeping it off the track, so I assume he has.
How there wasn't a safety car there? Absolutely no idea. There we go. So across the line then to complete lap 3. Steve Hefford, who is in the lead. Stephen Baxter's in second. Luke Clark's third. Ross Strain, who was on pole, has had a good few laps actually. He's up in 4th place, ahead of Gareth Hickling, who started on the front row alongside him. Scott Malcolm is 6th, Richard Gore is 7th, Jordan Giddings is 8th, Angle's 9th already, he's made up nearly 20 spots. And then 10th is Nick McCarron, Adam McNally's 11th, Rob Graham's 12th, 13th is Lorne Murray, 14th is Jamie Ayres. At least for now, he's going to have a move, is he, Jamie Ayres? No, not this time. Damage. Or maybe not, that's why. Jack McIntyre then is 15th, Nick Harwood 16th, Dan Blake 17th, Roy Verke 18th, Adam Broughton Grant's 19th, 20th is Hardy, Hedgecock is 21st, Berridge is 22nd, Delmont 23rd, Mears 24th, 25th is Holmes, 6th is King, Stevens is 27th, and we have lost 15 cars already.
That's insane. Absolutely
and that's without
insane.
the ones that are damaged, mate, as well. That's the ones that are running around with all sorts of damage.
I'm looking at Ayres, Murray and McIntyre right now. Very close. Two teammates that are closest to each other though. Murray trying to break away. Baxter just put fastest lap of the race in. Let's see what he's doing. Because, oh well, he's being overtaken by Luke Clark.
Oh! Well, they very nearly quarter panelled him there. That would have been a disaster. Baxter. Baxter is faster at the moment. Potentially. Who knows? It was according to the stopwatch, but not according to the track position. Ross Strain doing a good job, like I say, in P4. 5th is Hickling. And then it's a battle between Malcolm and Gore. Oh, and Gore around the outside. Nicely done. Former AM tender in the BSR TC, Richard Gore. Nearly won that category. In that category 1 year. Right, remember, I know we lost out to John Roberts in 2018.
Got to agree with Ted on the chat, I think. All the viewers that are watching the drivers.
Yeah, absolutely obliterated. Field decimated. Now,
Oh, Gareth trying to shape up Strain here.
oh, is he gonna take the Strain? Let's see. Oh, good job by Rosso. Drove it in hard there. Hickling got a good exit. He did use more of the outside, but should be okay for Ross if he just keeps his car in the middle of the circuit. Turns it in. Oh, nicely done. That's a nice line there. It's very grippy out there, 18 degrees track temperature, so
Yeah, plenty of grip.
you can do things like that, yeah, and the car will stick.
Also,
Ross just is a bit offline, isn't he, the last few corners?
slipped away just for a second because I think it was McIntyre and Ayres were all over Blake. Oh, we're looking at 3 wide.
They're almost going 3 wide, just as you say, we're going away from it. It's typical, isn't it? As Gore trying to go through on Hickling. Here we go. There goes Gore.
No.
That's a gory end for him. Look at me. Hickling's in a bit of bother as well. He's slowed quite dramatically. Through goes Scott Malcolm into 5th.
I love that the GPS of the overlay picks up.
Oh,
Richard, he's just like have it.
Whee! And the winner of the shot put goes to car shot put. Didn't they do that on Top Gear? They did, didn't they? Fired cars off a big like pneumatic ram, didn't they? I think, if I remember rightly. Have a look at this one then. This is a repeat of the front battle of the previous race. Well, at least 2 of the competitors, Dan Blake and Jack McIntyre, and then behind them is Jamie Ayres for 14th and 15th. Hickling and Malcolm. Try to keep moving it around so much, but Hickling, Theory's got the pace here, hasn't he? 3 seconds quicker than Ross Strain in practice, actually. It probably doesn't mean anything. But as you can see, it doesn't actually mean anything. Shows what a good job. Oh, dear me, who's that very wide in the background? Might have been Giddings. Might have to defend. Yeah, he's going to have to defend hard here, Jordan Giddings. Peter Van Gool's trying to go around the outside. He may clear him, Alex, into the braking area. Van Gool. Yeah, and he has. That's how much of a better run he got. Look at Scott
away
Malcolm
half
go.
a second
Look
as
at him.
well. That's crazy.
Got Malcolm. Oh, Strain. Strain has to get out of it a bit there. Malcolm was sending it into turn 2, whether he liked it or not, I think. Here comes Gareth Hickling, trying to make an opportunity as well. Oh, some
that was
contact there.
close.
Strain very late on the brakes. He's good in this corner. He's Ross.
Good enough
Maintain it, but
this
not
time,
quite.
though. Yeah, Hickling through. Try and get Malcolm if you can.
Well, he'll still be a good good P6 for Ross if he can keep it. What I believe is his first meeting. If not, it's maybe first or second meeting. I think he was around in the races last week when I was racing. Effort under a lot of pressure now for the lead. Comes across the line. Oh, just over a tenth in it. Here comes Stephen Baxter. Then he's left the inside open. I'm not sure how much of a good idea that is. Backmarker gets out of the way well. Driving there. Oof. Just cuts right in front of Luke Clark. Did leave it open. Did leave the door open there, Alex. It was a bit generous there, I thought, Hefford. Surprised didn't cover the inside.
Yeah, and Baxter, you know.
Oh, he might cover it in his
take
own
it.
unique way, though. Here. Oh, look at that. Clark's right in the action. Clark's through. Clark's pretty much through. Oh! Contact. And how did Baxter not go on the grass? If he goes on the grass, then it might have been curtains for all three of them, to be honest. As off goes... that's a very poorly RSO car. That's Alex Cherney. 2 laps down. May as well park it, Alex, now, to be honest. 2 laps down.
Yeah, Neil
But
Poir.
if it's that slow, may as well get it off the circuit and don't put your feet up early and have a beer. Van Gool. Van Gool's already got past Ross Strain.
Oh, it's close. But yeah, up the inside of Hickling. Malcolm next.
Got Malcolm said he had a lot of fun in race 3. I mean, it is a lot of fun out there. Like I said, I can vouch for that myself from last week. And I had to deal with a few of these drivers trying to come through the field. Well, it worked for me on that occasion, not on the other one.
Oh, around the
here we
outside
go.
of Gore. He got,
As it works for Van Gool.
He
Oh
got
dear.
just a little tap, didn't
Oh,
he?
and Strain.
that's Strain around as well.
Spins around. Oh, what happened to him? Might see it. Lose out to McNally. Have a look here. Oh, Strain just got rear-end. Giddings sort of rear-ended him, and they kind of kept going. It's almost like kept putting a little bit. Maybe didn't realise how much Strain had to slow down, I would wager. Don't think that was intentional.
Got 2 laps to go as they come to the line. And yeah, Baxter in the lead now. Effort. Got a good run. Clark's there as well. I think this could be an epic finish actually at the front 3.
And on a track like this where there aren't that many straights, this is a very long straight. The main one here at Summit Point does allow the MX5 to get a bit of slipstream. I think Clark might have made contact with Hefford there. Baxter do? Is he going to keep the inside here? I think sensible conventional wisdom would say that. Driver staying within the track limits that time. Good to see. We're not admins on this league, so we can't see the incident count, I'm afraid. Just me, I think the incident count should be available nearly to...
Yeah, I agree.
I suppose maybe not everybody, because then I suppose you could relay information, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Whereas if an admin isn't going to really do that.
people are close to qualification, disqualifications and things, you know, there's always the
Give 'em a
chance
little
people
nudge.
could use that information just to go, bump, goodbye.
I know we've made
Yeah.
that joke before about, oh, just bump them, get them out of the way, get them DQ'd, but it is a thing that happens, unfortunately. People do it. Now, final lap, it's going to be now. Stephen Baxter has got immense pressure here. Steve Hefford, Luke Clark, less than half a second bit separating the three of them. But going round the outside, has he completed the move? No, he hasn't, because Baxter's very late on the brakes. Can he keep? Oh, he's off.
Too late.
Yeah. He had to try it though. Hefford had such an overlap. He had 3/4 of an overlap, and yeah, he had to have a go, Baxter.
Clark fully capitalised on that. He was ready as well. You could see him shaping it up, expecting something to happen between them.
Just set up the corner nice and gently, didn't he? He didn't do anything silly and reap the benefit with the position gained. Strain and McCarran for 8th. Oh, Strain's off! Oh, he did well to hold on to that. Lost a place to Robert Graham. Vaughan Murray about 2 seconds behind as well. Should be able to hold on.
Not over for the win though. Clark closing in under 1/4 of a second behind. Oh, having a look.
Don't have a look into the final corner. You've got to set the opponent up. Here.
Okay.
Oh, he's got a decent run, but Steve Hefford has got a better one. He gets a bit of slipstream as well. Steve Hefford comes across and
Oh,
wins.
Hickling up the inside of Malcolm as well. Final
Oh,
corner.
this is gonna be
Congrats
bad.
to Hefford.
Oh, Malcolm's through. Malcolm's gonna get it. Is McNally gonna get his teammate on the line? Yes, he is. Gareth Hickling with tried to gain the place there, ended up losing one. Great racing all the way down the field. You know what? After that initial nonsense that went on, everyone who survived that did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I agree. Good racing after that.
It was great racing. It was clean. It was fair. Unlike the first few laps, drivers are over the line. Most of them, anyway. The last man come through is Brian Holmes, amazingly. Very damaged car, look. Oh, so damaged, he nearly crashed it on the last corner. The line for Holmes. That one will be that. Go through the final results then for round 4 of the evening. Championship, that is round 32. Goes to Steve Hefford then, from 10th on the grid, ahead of Luke Clark. Stephen Baxter was 3rd, Scott Malcolm 4th, and 5th for Adam McNally. Gareth Hickling finished 6th ahead of Nick McCarran, Rob Graham 8th, Ross Strain in 9th, and Lon Murray in 10th. Jordan Giddings was 11th with Jack McIntyre 12th, 13th for Dan Blake, 14th for Adam Broughton Grant, Jamie Ayres in 15th, Roy Verke 16th, Nick Harwood 17th, 18th for Ben Mears, Lee Berridge 19th, Adam Hedgecock 20th, 21st Carl Hardy, 22nd Brian Holmes, 1 lap down Kip Stevens and Joe McDonald, and then the rest bit the dust. They all retired. Delmont, Van Gool, Cherney, Knowles, King, Gore, Whitehead, Warmingham, Nebelsiak, Perry, Vranks, Davis, Barry, Smith, Cherney, Ayres, Cullinan and Davies all out, and Alex, 11 of them, scratch that, 12 were out within the first 2 laps.
Yeah, it was a big crash actually, and you know, just those
There were a
ones
few
are the
of
worst because yeah, spirals out of control, doesn't it? Everyone trying to get back in line, and
Especially at a track like
maybe
this,
with
there's
some
nowhere to go,
damage
is there?
and things like that. Yeah, everything just goes out the window, doesn't it?
Indeed. And speaking of going out the window, I think that's where we're going to go now. So we're going to be back on Thursday evening for the BSR TC, and it comes to this very track. Alex, you looking forward to it after what you've seen here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't, you know, even though I'm not rubbish in the key around here. I never really enjoy driving the circuit, but it does provide good racing. I think that's the.
Unlike Motegi, I haven't raced this circuit in a huge amount, so you know, it's going to take a little while just to find out where all the best and lines are and things like that to try and maximise lap time. So
tough one round here. Must admit, full throttle's not your friend anyway. That's what I learned. So here we go then. So from all of us here at the BSR MX5 Cup, Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson, and of course Chaz Draco, who joined us for the first race as well. It's good night from Apex Racing TV, and we'll see you for the touring cars on Thursday. Good night.